He brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? We look forward to it.
You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
I'll be ready. Whatever you have to say had better be worth your life.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
I would have words with you.
Be gone.
Sorry.
The shadows are lifted. Finally.
Thy hunger denied. Soluna's faithful yet shines. The balance shifts. Thou hast seen with thine own eyes and felt in thine urges. The dead three unite. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do Illithids possess souls? Correct. Yet, the three amass an Illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, O tempted one? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services. Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold. Nothing thou dost not already know. Yes, once the Alliance is reforged.
What's it like in there? The curse. Horrible than you can imagine. Try me.
When you... It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant. Of course. But I've seen... I hope you can save Duke Ravengard. For the good of Baldur's Gate. Thank you. Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do. You don't have to worry about... The truth is... The shadow... But... Because... Thanks for watching out for me. Well, could have tossed me back in the shadows.
You'd make a fun...
Go home, Marcus, he says. Pah.
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been. That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wulbren. Oh, forget about that. Wulbren and... they have rune powder, they have motive. We have to stop them. With the sword of justice in one, to saving the city.
Claim it as an output. I owe you an apology. Barcus and I are another matter. I'm dealing with you, right? I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. I apologize for not seeing your true worth. I wasn't sure you would. And that's the Iron Hand gnomes are going to save the city. And you can be part of it. That's what I like to hear. Fine.
The way is clear. The light has shown the way.
Good. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Can't give up now. We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her harpers, too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
God, I can't wait to be back home.
You wanted something? I'm sorry.
I would not linger in this land over long, but...
Hey! Well, hurry! Then I'll teach you to conjure...
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or... I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side. Not what, who, but all in due course. I swear.
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Not as glad. Nature moves at its own pace.
You wish to consult me?
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me! Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Myrkul, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and returned to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One. We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb. Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder. Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief.
and she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind.
He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live! Begone, friend. I have a darling to adore. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Why she already had so mighty up. Begone, friend. I have a darling to adore. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help. Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the Chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low. In due time, Mother Selûne will tell me when the time is right. Painful truths should be handled with some decorum. Begone, friend. I have a darling to adore. Pray, ask.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me. A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight? That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew. She was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. My home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what. It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long, but I'm grateful for a safe place to, well, just to be. Looking for...
Be gone, friend. I have a darling. There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice. Moon Maidens, my mate. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One. We are a powerful... My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Do I... There can be no doubt why so mighty are her wonders. When he and his... I was... But lo... My resplendence honors yours. No doubt you do. But I will come to you when Mother Selûne deems the moment is right. Patience, girl. It will come soon enough. And you cannot unlearn the truths I have to share. My resplendence honors yours.
Still alive, so that's progress.
You wish to consult me?
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shaz...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed. I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last. Be gone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey. Fine. What's on your mind?
How are you holding up? Don't be...
I wasn't expecting it.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
I would not linger in this land over long, but...
I swear, I can all...
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me. Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Darling? Go on. I was hoping you'd say that. Swoon.
Well met. That's the... Go ahead with...
Begone, friend. I have a
Greetings. It is done.
I would not linger in this land.
As you wish.
It does not surprise me that Shadowheart's faith was based on a lie. Deception is the sum of Shah's design. Good.
The road to Baldur's Gate is up ahead. No turning back once we start down that road.
The psionic detector is sounding. Vlaakith's warriors are upon us.
Where Wargaz failed to kill you, I won't make the same mistake.
Down the hatch.
Can you feel death's cold grip? Yes. Outmaneuver them. No hope.
hold him back.
Still standing, no matter what you heard.
I speak, they burn. On my way.
Time to strike. Ready. What now?
Fresh orders?
Watch this!
I've missed this.
Battle favors the fearless. Making my move.
For the fallen.
The lance board is set.
Let my name be known.
The psionic detector alerted us to the Githyanki attack. Looks like Boss was good for his word.
It is as we knew. My people have turned their blades against us. They will emerge from the shadows and descend from the skies, and we will grant them their only just fate. Death.
You wish to consult me?
What's on your mind?
The Shadow Curse will soon be forgotten, thanks to us. Looks like an army marched through here.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketherick. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
My prodigal bloodkin is among them.
They live?
Barely. I made mince of their ugly mind matter. And if they dare return, I will strip out their offal.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
You wish to consult me?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back. tell you the truth, I don't know whether we can defeat Cazador. Not unless we can figure out more about what he's plotting. I think we should track down my fellow Spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion, but perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't. Unless Cazador's changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk.
Begone, friend.
Looking forward to a bit of...
Darling?
I wasn't expecting it.
Well met.
I'm listening.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support. I've been unfair to you, but honestly, you've surpassed... What would you like? Anytime.
Shadowheart has found a little bit of herself again. Selûne cannot take all of the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Do not be moved to pity. It is a predator pinned in a trap. And if it wriggles free, you'll find it still has teeth.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. And what then? You are prone to impulses as uncontrollable as the gods themselves. Will you even have a say in what you do? Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? Even as you utter the words to yourself, you know it is but an intention. And these dark desires of yours have little regard for your intentions. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join!
You're under attack! Help me!
You lifted Harbour up!
Time to move.
Tadpole scum! Attack!
wits and blades always sharp.
Was someone there?
I'd love to, thanks.
Direct me.
Assume nothing.
Do what must be done.
In your name.
Need to learn the hard way.
I'm ready. With finesse.
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry! I can't hold them back alone. It's not over. Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger. The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. The Honor God. Eliminate them. My force is awakened by their assault. But with your help, we can turn this around. Destroy the Guard. I will subdue their master. honor guard.
Taking position.
The blade will not bend.
And I thought we were going to be friends. I will try to make it swift.
Ready for another round? Poor fucker.
Yes.
On I go. They're dying for me! All of them.
Spill some blood.
For Orpheus! Attacker!
For Orpheus! Attacker!
No holding back. Fleet of foot.
think we have given offense. Let's cut with fire, baby. Got it.
On your command, I seek an advantage.
My faith will protect me. Moving.
Time to push my luck again.
Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
It's obscene. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers!
You grew attached to a mere disguise, but you judge without even knowing me. It's like I said before, I'm just like you. An adventurer, I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield. The largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence. Though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while. Until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Justil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him, in defiance of their teachings. Vlaakith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive.
I don't understand. The histories claim the prince was burned to ash in the skies.
Your histories are fabrications. The prince was not killed. As you can very well see, he was in prison. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Vlaakith will be finished. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. There may come a time when that is necessary. But there is no guarantee that his power would survive his passing. The risk is too great. The moment his protection is gone, you would become enthralled to the Elder Brain, just as I would. We may look different, but to the Elder Brain we are already the same. Thralls in its design. I appreciate that, but this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel, but the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss. I understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced Elder Brain. But in case you change your mind... look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
I'm a bit busy at the moment. We'll talk later.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Ghaik visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. And even more powerful still. It said he could bring 1,000 Githyanki to their knees with one command. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Ghaik slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gift the first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle. Or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. We meet Voss in the city, and we obtain the key to freeing Orpheus from his prison. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Ghaik slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way. What about him? The and lies. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. The Emperor Orpheus. Why destroy a weapon like that? A weapon. The meat better to risk the Orpheus trap they see. I regret their deaths. Very well. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. There will be ice where once there was fire. There will be a void where our souls once resided. I know, and I won't.
By Balduran's bones, this is a lot to take in. Let's see if I've got this right. 1, we've been carrying a mind flayer around with us this whole time. 2, it's been appearing as someone else in our dreams, cajoling us to embrace our new illithid talents. 3, the mind flayer's been siphoning a Githyanki prisoner's powers to shield us from the Absolute's voice. Did I miss anything? Ah, yes. Gith's only son. Locked away in his astral prison for defying Vlaakith. Sensational tales, aren't they? Almost unbelievable. With a narrator so unreliable, how do we tell fact from fiction? I can't pretend I have the answer, but I know the Illithid's right about one thing. It holds our fates in its talons. Until the Absolute falls, there's no getting rid of it.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
So your mysterious artifact, tamer of parasites, is only another parasite itself. How do you feel? Knowing the cost of keeping your transformation at bay. No notions of heroism put you above human failings. I should know. I've had my share of songs written about me. Illithids are monstrous creatures. But in the end, they are only that. Creatures. And if it can, a parasite will keep its host fat, happy, and safe. Until it is finished feeding, at least. Am I comforting you? I am not comforting myself. Use the Emperor as it would use you. Or discard it. My days of doubting you are done. Ask it.
Hey. Hey.
You wish to consult me?
Whew. Quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though This one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. And now it's offering us power, if we're willing to evolve. We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over. It isn't about the pain, it's about being beholden to the tadpole's influence. If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Elithid and its Githyanki slave. I'll happily murder my way to whatever powerful artifacts we can make use of. Point at the back, and I'll stab. Just don't ask me to sacrifice my body. It hasn't been mine for so long. I'm really not sure. Damn it. Damn you. All right. I'll do it.
Life pulses from within. It wants to share itself.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve. What are you?
The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
I suppose, if it works. But if you had opened your mind to it, rather than consuming it, your allies could have taken advantage of its power as well.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You wish to consult me?
Hey, you.
I was concerned when I saw Shadowheart creeping about with a blade in the dead of night, but it was just to cut her head.
Shadowheart walks a little freer of the shadows. She could shave her skull and paint it purple. It would still suit her.
Something is different about Shadowheart. New facial creases, perhaps. A fresh battle scar I hadn't noticed. Bah, it eludes me.
Love Shadowheart's new look. Softer, less severe. It suits her.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
Gods, Shadowheart looks like a stack of gold. Never thought I could get so excited about someone's forehead, but here we are.
Yeah, I had the same thought. So much has happened between then and now. Maybe we just got a little caught up in it all. But I'm not going anywhere. I've got plans for the future, you know, and they involve you. Hey, you.
Shadowheart looks different. A change of diet, perhaps?
There's no more radiant sight than that of someone who's learned to love themselves anew. Shadowed in name, but no longer in spirit. It suits her.
We have a new look for a new Shadowheart. Nice as it is, she still doesn't have the best hair in the camp. Trust no one. Keep your distance, darling. It's proud. To the shadows.
Everything is clear. You killed Isabel. And all those people besides. What's wrong with you? I want to, but I don't know how. I'm starting to wonder if there's anything I can do. Or anything you can do. You have to stay strong. You have to resist. If you don't, we're all doomed. Hey.
I must ask you something. First, let me make it clear that I do not object to the killing of Isabel, or the loss of Last Light. But I do not understand why you killed the cleric. I see. The end does justify the means. Be that as it may, I would prefer if you informed me of your intentions before striking in future. You wish to consult me?
Whatever these dark powers of yours may be, they serve no purpose if you cannot control them. Or yourself. What a terrible waste. What's on your mind?
My fate.
A lot of people died because you lost the run of yourself. Isabel shielded them from the shadows, and you left them vulnerable. If you can't control yourself, you're nothing but a liability. Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects. Fine. What's on your... How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I...
Isabel, Selûne's light made real. And you slaughtered her like cattle, and left last like... I'd ask what's become of you. But either way, I mourn for the image of you I once held.
Owing to your dubious compulsions, we've lost crucial allies. You may be powerful, but you are not insightful.
Last light fell because you could not control the violence in your heart. All those people perished because of what you did to Isabel. You must try harder. You must be better. I've been unfair, but honestly, you've...
Well, are we ready for the road once more? Well,
begone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
I wonder what the next move is.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
You wish to consult me? Good. Who's next? You need my expertise.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Begone, friend. I have a darling. Pray, ask, and I will tell.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm... Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on.
Watching gods. But I never thought I would be happy to see the city again. Much less to smell it. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe. Information. The Chosen have a head start on us. I'd like to know what they've done with it. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. Ask it.
Worm's Crossing. The welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home. I won't lie. But he's arrogant, too. If he neither will I. But regardless, the plan is simple.
The next urchin that tries to pick my pocket will lose its hand. Don't be naive. Half of the people here have been greedily eyeing our belongings since we arrived. I am reminded of the Braren, the stench. Despite the destitution, there is profit and opportunity to be found in such places, if one is willing to wade through the squalor. Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. I expect it will live up to its legend. You have never visited? Most likely. I am a Bainray, born into the city's most ancient and powerful house. My life was one of privilege and danger. Like you, I lived in Kuelarzor, high above the city's sprawl. I enjoyed every luxury, whether harvested in the Underdark or stolen from the surface, and I survived my first assassination attempt while I still suckled at my mother's breast. I tasted her blood that day. She covered my body with her own, and a blade bit deep into her chest, almost puncturing her heart. When I came of age, she tried to take my life herself, and I gave her fresh scars to match those she earned protecting me. I expect so. If the world were to end, I think my mother would survive to rule over the ruins. She taught me to be resilient and to guard my heart from those who cannot be trusted, literally and figuratively. When I choose to let somebody close, I do not do so lightly. That gives a great depth of meaning to the bonds I do share. Then speak. Very well.
Civilization beckons at last. It's no water deep, but Baldur's Gate is a respectable runner-up. Or at least a close third.
Thy wheel, dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhap the girl could not bear thou, a breaker of promises. She has left this place. She left behind. Hast thou other business?
Worm's Crossing. We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. Come to bask in the glow.
Incredible to be back. My home. Baldur's Gate is... It's where... It's been 7 years since I left.
Baldur's Gate at last. We should find Sharess's caress. The air grows ever warmer. The hum of life within it louder. It may yet hatch, though not soon by my estimation. Give it to me. Perhaps it will fare better under my care. Thank you. I know it is a mere egg. It may never hatch. If it does, it might beget a failure. But it might also beget a fighter. And I intend to give it the chance. I'm listening.
Worm's Crossing. The gaping maw of the city. Nature has... I have. He speaks to... He is well. Perhaps one day, you and I...
Tonight, you are the monster everyone claims you are. Triumph after triumph. You have excelled in base villainy. For she who fights with monsters should look to it that she herself becomes a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. You have reached the time of majority, and you shall come into your birthright. But another seeks to disinherit you. Do not let her be your death. Your father loves you. You have already made us so proud. Slaughter your line. Become the last of your line. Lord Baal shall have but one chosen.
Memories flood back, snatches of your story written in the blood of 1,000 victims. Years spent in worship of Baal, leading his savage congregation in prayer, sacrifice, and slaughter. You were their master, and he was yours. A cruel master, a dread lord, a devoted father. All is greater than you could have dreamed. You are a spawn of Baal, his heir, his scion. You are not the last of your name. Not yet. There is another. The abomination wrapped in flesh you saw in the colony. Orin, dear sister, must die by your hand. An offering in Baal's sanctum. Your heart pines for the love of your lord. Today is a wonderful day for murder.
Hey. That's a heavy weight. I know you can carry it, but it's heavy all the same. You are so much more than your parents. You're more than the affliction that wants to consume you. I love you. And I know you'll choose your destiny and choose it well. You will, won't you?
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
Ask it. I did, though I don't often speak of it. So many seem to think they know the whole story already. I find it a pity to correct them. We can speak of old battles later. Our plate is piled high with catastrophes enough for the present, huh?
Well, are we ready?
As you wish.
Oakfather preserve you. Most unnatural. Most foul. Nature is a cycle of life and death, yet this form only serves death. Worse, it only serves murder. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact. I hear many of your kind have met premature ends. I've been but honestly, you've surpassed even those.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. I knew you had some nasty habits, but I didn't want to pry over much, but bloody hells! A Balspawn! Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show. You should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? Oh, gods. We're going to get into father this, progeny that all day and night, aren't we? Oh, I'm not listening to this. You can worship your father's emissions in your own head.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword?
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious. You and I have markedly different ideas of what amounts to a gift. I suppose that makes you quite remarkable. Though not in a way I'd envy, perhaps. From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumb to his influence. Perhaps you can still resist your nature, if you want to.
Thy will, dost thou require a new ally?
How can I help? Honestly, I didn't know you had it in you. A dark destroyer in our midst. It's certainly one of the more unsightly shape-shiftings I've seen, but we can't all be blessed with the elegance of an Aasimar transforming in the heavens, can we? Beggars can't be choosers. Such a powerful form should serve us well in the chaos to come. A Baal spawn? Gosh. I know what it is to have a closer connection than most with the gods. But with Baal, that's not a bond I'd like to be bound with. You should be careful. Very, very careful.
You wish to consult me?
Tell me, or show me. My mind is open to you.
Exposed to the limitless horror of your dreadful imagination, Minthara's mind buckles, snaps, and then burns hot. She absorbs every detail, whether memory or dream, and drinks deep of them. You sense a desire in her equal in strength to your darkest urge.
Elghor, Doktak, Slayer. There are many names for you, and all of them inspire dread. You are exquisite. I know. We must find the Temple of Baal, slaughter Orin, and claim your inheritance. Then speak. Very well.
Always good to talk, my friend. Hells, is this really what you've become? The kind of monster I once vowed to slay? Don't bother answering. I already know. Hells, it explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you, Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
I'm listening. A fitting name. But have you become the Slayer? Or has the Slayer merely found a host too weak to evict it? I shouldn't need to say it, but be careful who you take as an ally. Especially when that ally's taken residence inside you. I'm not surprised. You've become Death Incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose. Queen Vlaakith. Skra!
You are Hasharlok, and still you speak my name.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Gestil Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hasharlok, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Return to the astral prism. Slay Orpheus the Pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Baldur Gate, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Your word is nothing! You are nothing! The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea. Never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life. Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter? I know hate, but no matter. And so, from the old... Shmaz, Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. We find Voss at Shara... Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart to Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind...
Soldier, my engine... It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods. She'd turn us both into sheep, then serve mutton for dinner. Let's stay here, where it's nice, for as long as we can. I'm so excited to go home. Anything that comes after that is extra. Damn! It can't have been easy for Lae'zel to stand up to Vlaakith like that. But there's nothing that woman can't do.
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and that's without our fine silverware. Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime's belief. As for us, best we stay out of interplanar politics, I think. Orpheus is on his own. But should Great Vlaakith come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her. Undying or not, she was very loud.
So, Lae'zel's finally seen the light and turned on her mistress. It took a little time, but she got there. Though it's not over yet. Masters rarely let their slaves go without a fight.
So, it seems that Vlaakith is Lae'zel's queen no longer. That took no
Vlaakith's a fearsome one. But Lae'zel said it. I wish I knew a good Githyanki.
Come to bask in the glow of the moon maid.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlaakith. But all things considered, good for her.
Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished.
If our traveling companions continue to make poor choices, we will soon have every god in this plane and the next hunting us. Lae'zel risks everything with her childish rebellion. You wish to consult me? Then speak. Very well.
Soldier?
I never quite realized how burdened I was until I met you. The threat of the Shadow Curse, the politics of the Grove. I was forgetting who I was. But you lifted the fog. Thank you. You. I discovered you. I have lived a very long time. I have taken many lovers. My heart does not stir lightly. But it does now. I want more than to fight at your side, or sit around the campfire with you. I want to lay with you under the stars and feel your skin against mine. I think you feel the same way. Once the power of the Shadow Curse was broken, the connection was undeniable. We both felt it. But tell me I'm wrong, and the matter can rest. I do not wish to sour our friendship, but I have to know if it can be something more. You have bonded with Karlach, body and soul. Her scent lingers on your skin. If there is to be anything between us, it must be with her consent. And perhaps someday, her participation. Some treat their relationships like a walled garden. Tidy, tamed, cut off from the world. That is their right, but it is not for me. I do as nature does, and let my heart run wild. Desire flourishes wherever it finds purchase. It has its place, but it is not for me. The wolf mates for life, but the bear roams free and partners as its instinct dictates. I need to stay true to my nature, and you to yours. Perhaps you are like me, or perhaps not. Take your time. I'll be waiting.
Soldier? Uh-huh. I was wondering if this might come up. I've seen the two of you with your heads down more than once now. So go on, what is it? Our bed? Look, I'm not opposed in theory, but that's really not where I'm at right now. Not in my soul, not in my body. Halsin's great. If there was going to be someone more, I could see it being him. But not now. Probably not ever. I need to chew on that, I think. I care for you. I don't want to lose you, but if Halsin is important to you, I don't want to stand in the way of your happiness. We've only got our lives, after all. Short ones. Possibly very short with all the mad shit we get up to. Look at me. You're very important to me. Your happiness is very important to me. If Halsin will make you happy, what can I say but go for it? I don't need to hear all the gory details, mind. But have a little fun while you can. Hey, you.
Did you find time to speak with your partner? A potentially delicate topic, I understand. Truly, this is most welcome news. She must be as strong in spirit as she is in body. Now we will have each other, but not just each other. Our hearts are free to roam, together or apart, as nature designed. Now I need to restrain myself until we're afforded a quiet moment. Seek your bedroll when you are ready, but do not expect much sleep.
Soldier?
You came. I was concerned you might have had doubts, or that this might have all been too soon. Yes, you are. And you're perfect. I'm almost frightened to touch you. If I give in, I may not be able to stop until I've devoured you. Nevertheless, I will be gentle. Or at least, I will try. Just as nature intended. Come here to me. Forgive me, I lost the run of myself. Sometimes, if blood runs hot enough, it's difficult to tame the beast. You like it? Are you certain? It will be untamed, vigorous, and, well, large.
Hey. Go on. If you're happy, I'm happy. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I have longed to hear your voice. Speak to me. This place is not for me, perhaps. But with you by my side, and the shadow curse of fading memory, I shall keep my head high. That was something I had dreamed about for some time. And now I realize just how woefully meager my dreams were compared to the reality. I would still be there with you now, if the sun hadn't intruded on us and the city hadn't stirred for the day. Are you sure? Holding back is not in my nature, but I would not wish to alarm you, or harm you. I can imagine. You rode out the storm most admirably. Perhaps fate will afford us more time together. I hope it does. I've been unfair to you, but honestly, you've surpassed even them. Nature has been most kind to let me share in your heart. What do you need? Relationship. Such terms belong to civilization, a little unfamiliar to my lips. You know what we share is more fluid, more founded in the principles of nature. Indeed, I am but one of your lovers. You and I should each seek happiness wherever it lies. You are all I want, But I will not hoard you to myself. Let others know the happiness of being with you.
precious little Bal babe.
I wasn't expecting it, but...
Go ahead. I'm
You wish to consult me?